Hey everyone, Michael Short here. Come on, let's go outdoors. Well, spring is just around the corner. I know we spend a lot of time looking at the groundhogs to tell us spring is coming, but out here in Alberta, the sure sign spring is coming is the outdoor shows. And of course, we kick everything off in Calgary on February the 9th. And Les Trendall is the show manager, and a real pleasure to have him on the program. Les, thanks so much for taking time. I know you're going crazy right now.
My pleasure, Michael. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
So, what are you excited about coming into Calgary for this year's edition of the outdoor program?
Well, we are excited to have over 150 displays and seminars for the great outdoors enthusiasts, fishing, hunting, boating, overland experience, off-road. We're up from last year, which is great. And we know that the outdoors is in everyone's mind. And coming into the springtime, they're going to be wanting some of these products and services that our excellent vendors have to offer.
I'm not wanting to relive the past, but coming out of COVID, are you starting to see sort of the way it was before in terms of participation from vendors and outdoor operators to come back to the show to demonstrate their wares to the public?
Well, I mean, no doubt, COVID hit a lot of people, and it is going to take a few more years, I'll be honest, to get back to where we were in those heydays. As you know, a lot of companies went underneath during COVID, and we just pick up the slack and getting new companies that offer the same services. And I know the watercraft for this year, we are 10 times as many watercraft as we had last year. So that's a positive work in moving forward.
In terms of size, then, have you expanded the footprint at the Calgary Center?
Up 10% of as far as the exhibitors go. So that's like I said, it's going to take time, and but moving forward in the right direction.
Talk a little bit about one of the big highlights, I think, for a lot of folks are the presentations at the live stage. Les, and is there anything that stands out for this season?
Well, we always have the crowd favorite Josh Nugent of Out Fly Fishing, where he brings his talented professional aspect on fly fishing, which of course we know Calgary's back door is the world's best. We have a cooking stage with Brad this year. Wes David of Wild West Fly Fish or Wild West Fishing. Of course, he gives his tips and tricks. And you know what? We look at that. If someone comes to the show, if they can learn one nugget from the presentation and apply it in the field, then we've done our job because we want to entertain and educate the outdoor enthusiast.
And of course, speaking of that education line, you've got organizations like the Alberta Hunter Education Instructors Association that play a big role in both the Calgary and the Edmonton show.
Oh, totally. IHEA, they do a bang up job at our show and have interactive for archery, for pellet shooting, just entertainment for the kids alone. What they learn about, and one of my favorites is they lay out, let's say, bear droppings, and they have other animal droppings, and you have to guess which one it is. So they're fun, interactive activities, but also the Calgary and Sarcelles Fish and Game Association with all their members that they play an important role. And of course, they sponsor the kids' fishing pond, which kids always like to catch a fish, and sometimes the very first fish at our show.
I guess when you kind of boil it down, the education component is important, but I would say a good number of visitors to both shows, this is the time that they look for new gear or new opportunities to go and maybe hire that guide or go to that lake that they've never done before. Les, talk about the importance of having quality folks at your show that are presenting, whether it's the new fly rod or the boats, as you've mentioned.
Yeah, that is part of a whole consumer show. Is consumers want to come in and learn, they want to be educated, and they want to see what's new out there. and the newest. They want to kick it, smell it, feel it, touch it, and that's where shows are all about. The new rod, the new boat. We have some excellent exhibitors in the watercraft field this year that we didn't have last year. We have some African safari outfitters for those that want to, venture out to Africa and safari. Fishing products are always important, and it's always the new the new little lure that lures in the big fish. Binoculars. We have companies new this year that are bringing their binoculars, their optics to the show. So it's new things to educate and also serve as a purpose that the outdoor enthusiasts can really pick up for the new season coming up.
And of course, I know you're going crazy with the Calgary show, but you really don't get a break because you're jumping right back into it, and Edmonton kicks off. I want to touch on something I've noticed over the years, Les, and I don't know if it's so much anymore, but there seemed to be a distinct difference between the Calgary show and the Edmonton show in terms of the consumer that comes out, but also in terms of the activities. There seemed to be more of an emphasis, as you said off the top, you're on the doorstep of a blue ribbon stream, the Bow River, and so fly fishing plays a big part of it. Tourism up into the Banff and Jaspers and that type of thing. Whereas Edmonton seems to be really hunting focused in a big way. Is that still a fair comparison?
That is a true statement. There's no doubt. I look at Calgary as a white collar city, and I look at Edmonton surrounding area as a blue collar, where you have more of the fishing hunting in the blue collar. And Edmonton it is Western Canada's largest sportsman show, which cover 400,000 square feet, 7 hulls of boats, hunting, fishing, power sports, overland, off-road. It is a much larger show, and all the great exhibitors, IHEA, the Fish and Game Associations, but a larger show because of the audience that they're pertaining to.
When you look at the two shows, are there some giveaways or prizes or anything like that are being offered to the public that come in?
Totally, totally. Calgary, we have our grand prize actually is the BC Sport Fishing Group that are going to fly you from Calgary to Abbotsford, pick you up at the airport, take you to Harrison Hot Springs, spend 2 nights and a day fishing with the BC Sport Fishing Group. That's worth what, $2,500 trip for 2 people, and we have some smaller prizes as well that people all have to do is bring their phone, shoot it on the QR code, and they enter to win. Edmonton, we have several prizes as well. Fishing trips, we have fishing gear, also some hunting aspects, and coolers, things like smaller items. But I think we have about 8 to 10 prizes that they can walk away from the show by entering.
So we're looking at February 9 to 11 in Calgary for the Calgary show. What are the dates for the Edmonton show, Les?
Edmonton is March 14th to the 17th at the Edmonton Expo Center.
And tickets and information, where's the best place for folks to go?
They can simply just Google Calgary Boat and Outdoors Show or Edmonton Boat and Sportsman Show.
All right, Les,
all the information is on the web.
Outstanding. Les, we'll wrap it up there. I know you got to get back to it, so we really appreciate squeezing a few minutes out of you here.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael, for calling, and look forward to seeing you at the show.